I kept the cup they said to measure in here. It helps you go to the bathroom like you wouldn't believe, every day regular. But guess what, guys? Carbs. For me, I'm on low carb. 33. And this little cup with my cereal that had 27, and I'm only allowed 30 a day? Oh wait, that doesn't add up. I can't even subtract. No, that's wrong. I can't do that, right? I treated those carbs like they were money. And if I don't have enough money, I can't buy it. So if I don't have enough left, I can't eat it. So what am I going to do? I have to find something else. Ursula told me about this. And it has 25 carbs, but 9 of them are diet fibers, which you get to subtract. And then it only has 4 grams of sugar, which she's going to tell you all about that stuff. Because me, it was Greek. Say it in Russian. I don't have no clue what you're talking about. And I don't want to learn that stuff. Just tell me what I could eat, what I can't eat. I don't want to learn this stuff. Well, then stay fat. So I went and got this. It tasted good. It's chocolate. It helped. Not a lot. Can taste a piece. See if you like that. You can pass that around. It's tasty. Yeah, but then I went through my cupboard and I thought, oh, Smooth Mood tea. I went to the bathroom when I drank that tea. Guess what? No carbs. Bingo! Oh wait, should we say that in church? No, I don't think so. Okay. So anyways, Smooth Mood tea. That works for me. 1 cup of tea in the late afternoon. And I go to the bathroom every day. Okay? Now, if you're the opposite and you have the other end of the diarrhea, let's, figure out what it is that you're eating that's making you get the runs and stuff. Figure it out by process of elimination. Does everybody know what process of elimination is? Good.
Is that a cereal or is that a
Yeah, that's a cereal. Cereal, but guess what? Don't eat the whole bowl.
Good.
Stick it in your yogurt if you're a yogurt person. Where's that other bar? Stick it in your yogurt and use that instead of the higher one. Although this is a good dessert if someone isn't counting carbs.
Pat, read them back what the serving is
On
the cereal.
All that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The other thing was, this was the cereal that I was eating every morning, which I love because I never used to eat cereal. Guess what? It has 41 carbs, and some other carbs are 23. Gone. Right? I had to learn that. How did I learn that? I was watching Ursula one day. Let's go to your drinks. These are all empty. Okay. I read all the different drinks. My doctor put me on Boost for leg surgery. It had 33 carbs in it. So, it had protein. He wanted me on Boost. So I went down and found Calorie Smart, and that only has 16 carbs in it. That was better, right? 4 grams of sugar. Then I went, and one of the ladies at the church gave me this, told me about this one, so I went and got this one, and it has 6 carbs, 3 dietary grams of fiber, 1 sugar. And then I went down and tried this one at the health food store, and I can't even read it because the writing's too small. So, but it was the lowest one. But guess what? When I took it, I had trouble with my blood sugar. Is that something I want to put in my diet every day? No. Would you want me tutoring your children when I can't even think straight myself? Do you think those little kids that come to me with all their troubles need a teacher with trouble? No. So this is a no-no, even though it has the less carbs. So when Ursula's talking to you about all these products, she's going to tell you that there's candy bars you can have, or bars and all that kind of stuff, and every one of them have a label. And I couldn't eat one of them because it threw my sugar into a tither. Now you can have them fudge brownie and all this stuff, they taste delicious, and on your whatever program you're on, but for me, I couldn't. Does that mean you can't? No. And those are things you're going to learn about yourself, what you can tolerate and what you can't. The other thing is, I made a 3-pound meatloaf. Loretta doesn't like to cook. Me, I like to cook. So I make this. Okay, guess what? You have kids who want to eat vegetables? I put 4 cups of vegetables in.
I didn't know that about you.
Squash, zucchini. You just grind it all up in your little grinder. Your onions and your green peppers and yellow peppers and red peppers and all these kind of things. They don't even know they're in there. Your garlic and all that stuff. They go, oh, you put on? No, I'm eating them onions. They didn't even know they were in there. You can make a big one and do this and cut it up, or I have actual metal pans like this. I didn't want to bring the metal, they're too heavy. And I made probably 12 of them out of that. And this would last me 2 or 3 meals. And it's in my freezer because I work 2 jobs. I don't have time to tutor. And then I homeschool in the morning, and then I private tutor in the afternoon on Marco Island. I don't have time to do that and cook, so I have to cook on the weekends. I gotta tell you something. You're gonna see on the film. I gotta have something that crunches. Take a piece and pass it on. I want something that crunches. Everything on a diet is soggy, mushy, and I don't hear that crunch like a potato chip. Ursula took away my potato chips, and then she starts on my popcorn. Hey, you already took away my potato chips, don't start on that popcorn. But she did. Okay, next thing, while you're crunching on that, I went through sardines. I wanted something I could put on that cracker besides turkey and cheese and a tomato or maybe peppers. And that was my bread for lunch. So I found these sardines. Guess what, guys? This whole can. No carbs. The whole can. No carbs. Right? I like 110 calories. I thought that was wonderful.
For the whole can?
For the whole can. Here, read. When we start reading, I'm going to tell you something else. I was eating regular sausage. On Tuesday, I had to take 50,000 units of vitamin D because I had absolutely no vitamin D in my system. 50,000 units on Tuesday, and you have to eat it with fat. So Tuesday's the only day I eat regular sausage. But I'm going to learn something from Ursula. What can I eat in place of the regular sausage? I found this. I got this for the pastor because he's on this gluten-free, no MSG. I can't eat MSG. It makes me deathly ill, keeps me up at night, and I have nightmares if I do fall asleep. No nitrates and no preservatives. This one, 2 carbohydrates, and it's high in protein, 10. This one here, I accidentally got one with maple sugar, which I wouldn't do again, but I mean, it's maple turkey sausage like. But even this has 2 carbohydrates, but it has 2 grams, 2 sugar, which still wasn't as high as the regular sausage. And it tastes good. I just have to heat it up. I don't have to cook it. It's already cooked. I just have to heat it up for something quick. When I'm going somewhere and you invite me, this is a freezer lid. This goes in my freezer. And this is my little lunch tray that I take with me so I can pack my own lunch. When I'm on a trip and I want it easy to go, I keep my little cooler in there and I put this in there. This goes in my purse. It's Tupperware. That Tupperware lady. I used to be a Tupperware lady. She's a Christian organization, by the way. That seals it. It's a 2-ounce midget, and that's what my salad dressing goes in. I don't want to go to a restaurant and eat 250 calories of salad dressing on my rabbit food, right? So, and I could eat a lot of salad and a lot of vegetables. Don't have to count on carbs, but I do count carbs, okay? So I've got to watch the salad dressings. So Ursula told me about, what's her name, Annie? Annie's salad
Annie's,
dressing?
yeah.
So I finally found Annie's salad dressing, and I bought all 3 bottles. They had 3 different kinds, so I bought the 3 kinds they had that day. And now in my house, in my refrigerator, along with Rockford, Plutus, and that and everything, that I don't have anymore, other people have it when they come, I have my Annie's, and I'm just as happy as that lady who's sitting there eating Thousand Island with all the carbs and the MSG. All white salad dressings have MSG, monosodium glutamate. If you don't have a problem with that, go ahead and eat it. I have a problem with it. So I had to learn what I had a problem with and what I don't. I had to learn what works for me and what doesn't. And that's what we all have to do. And you know what? Nobody's going to babysit you. And I'm not going to walk up to you and say, well, for goodness sakes, you've been here for 4 weeks and you haven't lost 1 pound. What's your problem? Don't. I wouldn't do that to one of my kids. I wouldn't do that to myself. Right, Loretta? I don't want anybody depressed. Can I tell them about when you got depressed before Christmas?
Yeah.
She walked up to me and I could tell by her face. I said, she said, I said, Loretta, look, don't do that to yourself, please. Love yourself as you love your neighbor. Love thyself, right? Maybe you don't like what you did all week. Okay, just start now. Start now. The next meal. Start now. Forget about what you did wrong and start now. But for goodness sakes, I want to get to heaven, but I want to enjoy the trip. I don't want to kill myself on a diet and then, I can't eat that. I can't eat that. We're going to show you things, how to tweak a diet, how to tweak it so you can eat, for example, lasagna. How many like lasagna? Oh, good. You're going to learn to eat eggplant lasagna, not pasta. Rotini. You know what rotini is? Okay. Rotini. That's stuffed with the cream cheese and everything. But you could make it with eggplant. You could make it with fish. Then a piece of salmon roll. It doesn't have to be noodle. Manicotti doesn't have to be stuffed with the pasta stuffed. You could stuff the rolled chicken or stuff the rolled salmon or stuff the rolled eggplant. You don't have to use the noodle, right? I love pasta. I'm Italian. My house, you ate it twice a week, whether you like it or not. You're Italian. You eat Wednesdays and Sundays. My brother comes. It's Wednesday. What do you mean we're having? Where's the pasta? It's Wednesday. I said, hey, my house. You're eating meatloaf or pork chop. Well, anyways, the point is, you can have it, but you could have the sauce. We found out which ones are the lowest of everything. You can have the meatballs, but guess what? So one day I'm sitting there eating this dinner thinking, boy, I'm doing good. Ursula's going to be so proud of me. I can't wait to call her up and tell her what I did. And she goes, oh my gosh, Pat. I said, what? She said, that was like 600 calories or 800. I said, what? What are you talking about? That's when she showed me how she could pick the right changes in your meatballs that you're making without the breadcrumbs. Not frying them up, but putting them in the broiler. Not using this kind of sauce and that kind of sauce, but this sauce. And she got me down so that I could eat my meatballs and my sauce without having all the weight gain. And I love it. Don't you love that? Don't you just love that someone else is showing you? They're not just taking this away from you. You can't have that. But they're giving you something back. Don't you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why you got to keep coming back. Because we're only going to do it 1 week. And the week you miss, hey, hope you have YouTube. Because you have to watch it on YouTube. You have a computer? Have a computer? Know how to work YouTube? I don't watch, I'm not on all, I have a computer and I work on a computer, but not all those video things. Okay, that's what I have to say. I made a chart. This is a battle, Ephesians 6:10. This is not a battle of flesh and blood. This is spiritual warfare. The enemy has targeted you. He knows your weak spot. And the best thing you can do is come as a couple. Come as a couple. Gary's busy. I know he's got prison ministry. If you two are best friends, try to work together, okay? Like I call Loretta, I call Ursula, and we try to let, Ursula's going to tell you how, or Loretta Why don't you tell us how this got started when we went to a luncheon? How this happened.
I'm
You
trying to
remember?
remember exactly what, we went somewhere after service here at church. And, see, Ursula was with us, and she was ordering things off the menu that she knew would be a good thing for her to eat. And, you know, and I'm thinking, gosh, now this is something that maybe we can do. Pat, you were there too.
Yep.
Yeah. And Ursula's had a struggle with her weight. She's gained and lost through the years. I mean, lost a lot of weight. But
All of us
I
have.
know for sure that she is on her way now. She's down just about where she wants to be in weight. And she's persistent. You know, I mean, she is doing what she needs to do every day. And that's what I need. I need to do what the Lord's telling me to do. You know? And we have to remember we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. All. You know, that word all, A-L-L, is really big. And I just know that we make up our mind to do it, but we don't depend on ourselves. We depend on God. We depend on the Holy Spirit. Because He's our helper, He's our comforter, He's our friend, He's there for us. And it just kind of took off after that, where we got
Yes.
together, talking more about it
Yes.
and deciding what we could do.
And then yesterday I talked to Frankie. You know what she told me? She just lost a bunch of weight. She said, you know what? I had to let go of some of my friends. I had to let go of some things I did every single Wednesday. Why do you think that happened? What do you think happened? Bad influence. And guess what? We're going to hear that from her. What do I do when my favorite aunt invites me for dinner and you know she's going to make lasagna and you know she's going to do the same thing? It's on there. She addresses it. And I call them the red flags and the pitfalls. And that's why we can't keep it off. We don't see those red flags and we don't know the pitfalls. And we don't know when our best friend is this big and she says, oh, you look good, you're in a 16, go ahead and eat that piece of cake. When's the last time you had a piece of cake? Oh, go ahead and eat that pizza. You don't eat that thin crust thing, it's like paper. You don't eat that paper. Eat that pizza. I mean, for goodness sakes, we only go out one day a week. See what I mean? That's what I call negative thinking, pitfalls, and the red flag. Okay, Ursula, it's all yours.